Welcome to my first YouTube tutorial. Thank you for stopping by, checking out what we got going on. This is going to be a taper, and I like to start most of my haircuts by, bringing the top down and establishing what we are going to work into. So my scissor game really be, a strip down the middle. Then we go to the right side of the head, match that, and we will work to the left side in a second here. Boom. All right, so we're just going to make sure that the middle and the right side are matching. Now we're going to match the left side. Okay, we will go down and work them scissors, and again match into the side of the head here. All right, major key, guys, brushing the face off. All right, so I'm going to take my number 4 guard, and we're going to go straight up into what we just scissored. So right now we are debulking his hair. I'm going to speed it up here real quick. So we're going to zip, zip, zip right around the head with the number 4. I'm sure I open it once I get more to the top of the head, but we're going to go right around the head here with the number 4, just to debulk and blend. Here we go again. We're going to blend. Okay, so I like to establish the, top. I think this is an easier way of fading, and, it's like, all right, so my finished look is pretty much going on, and then, we fade into that. So I like to, debulk, establish our length, debulk, and then, finesse here. And then I will do some more finessing, but it's like, we got to go through the haircut, get the haircut pretty much established. All right, so now what I'm doing is I'm going with a number 2. All right, so I'm going to take that number 2 and blend that into that 4 and scissor work and just debulk, because right now I'm clearing off my canvas. And again, I want to throw in here, guys, that I am working on better camera angles, and, to bring as much value as I can on the YouTube platform. It's a little bit different than just doing reels and TikToks. So work with me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. So again, so we are debulking and blending at the same time with this number 2. And then we will start getting into the taper. So let's rock. Okay, here we go. We're getting into the taper now. What I'd like to do is set my guidelines on each side and in the back, but at least at minimum I'm gonna set the guidelines on each side, because what you'll run into is if you don't set the guideline on each side to make sure that they're even, you could be working one side a little bit more when you spin them in the mirror, and it's like, whoa, what happened to that side of the taper? Is because one side was either tapered higher or lower. So then it's like, fuck, you got to go back and just do extra work that shouldn't have, that could have been prevented. So here we go with this taper. We're going to, kind of go high. He was going on a vacation, so it was like a 9-day vacation. So I did go a little bit higher and tighter with his taper to, make it last. But I still keep the back of the taper under the occipital bone. So here we go, and so here's what I did here. Because I didn't like the angle, I kind of just fast forwarded and skipped this part. The other side you can see better on the camera. So that taper is pretty much done. Also, it needs some love. It needs a little bit of love, but what I like to do is like keep moving. I don't want to sit in one spot and just take too long, because I think like then the customer or whoever's in the chair will feel like, what is going on? So I'll keep moving, and then I go back and I'll detail at the end. So we're gonna work this taper here. We debulked with our 2, and obviously we're doing a number 1 guard. So I'll attack that line with the number 1 open, and close it slowly as needed. And right now you can see that I'm just hitting those dark spots. And we just took a 1.5 out. So I'm assuming I have the 1.5 open, and I'm kind of going around the ears. Here we go, 116 maybe, I believe. If we can get a zoom in, maybe. I'm pretty sure that's my 116 guard. This taper was a couple days ago, so I apologize. Yeah, that was the 116 guard. Had to have been. So I like to put the 0 line in, and then just fade one line out. That's how I like to attack my haircuts. I've been doing that for years. I used to put multiple lines in the haircuts, but the way that I work best at this part of my career is just putting in one line and fading that line. And we'll go into more detail when I get it over there to that taper on the other side, how I do this. But we can see that this line, or this taper is about almost done. So a nice zoom in there, and there's the 116. So I'm assuming maybe I had the 1.5 on that last time there. But the taper is pretty much all done. And I'm gonna take my Babyliss boosts. Now I noticed that it's not the FX guard blade, and that blade really hits for lineups. And this blade, I like. It really works good on coarse hair, thick hair. I don't have it, as sharp. I don't even think it's as sharp as the Gold FX is. So what I'll do is I'll blend that into the taper, and then I'll grab my FXs and go a little bit tighter. Obviously, I'm talking to him. So right there, boom, I'll grab my Gold FXs, and this is just a little bit tighter, so this will allow me to give that taper some more light to dark transition. And here we go. Now we'll bald it out, and that will even make it more, give it more of that transition. So I hope I'm not talking too much. I just really want y'all to, get a piece of my mind. If you think that I'm chatting too much, please drop it in the comments. But as I'm using this machine here, I'm pushing harder at the bottom and then kind of lightening up as I go up the head. All right, so boom. So we're gonna take this 3, and we're gonna blend that into that top. As we do know that I did go over it with a 2. But again, I like to just make sure I cover all my steps. So boom, we'll throw this 1.5 on. Start working that taper. Sometimes I like to skip guards and go back. So boom, so 1.5. Because if I can get it to blend without having to hit every guard, then that's saving me time. So 1.5. I started with the open. We're closing it halfway, then close it all the way. Again, I'm hitting that line every single time. So here we go with the 1 open, working that blend into that 1.5. We're gonna close it halfway and then attack that line. So you can see this taper coming together. Again, guys, I am practicing with my camera angles. I got some more videos coming, so make sure you check those out. So I do apologize with this. It is a little bit farther away. That's why I've zoomed in on this part, but I kind of lose the quality. But you get the picture where we're going here. So boom, we got our 116 guard again, hitting that line every time. It's really gonna bring that taper together to where I will only have to, use the clipper, no guard. And I don't even hit every point on the clipper. If it's blending, it's blending, and that's all I care about. So, we'll open it up. I think I usually start with it open, and then if that line still needs some tapping, I'll close it, a notch. until it's blended. We'll grab our boosts. Our boost in a second here. Here we go. And we're going to do the same thing. One thing I like about these boosts is they don't really catch the pores or pull on the hairs. So I've noticed that with my gold FXs, they're so sharp that they'll pull on some pores or catch some pores or pull on some hairs. So I very careful when I use them. So here we're going to, tap our line up, establish that before we lay them back and razor it. And with him, this is a businessman, and so I don't go really, really sharp. We go as sharp as possible. His density isn't crazy full like some other people, but it's his box is all right. So we use a little bit of that corner, obviously. All right, so boom. So here's where I'm going back and detailing now. So I'm gonna pull out the 1.5. Just I seen some blemishy areas that I felt like needed some love, and I'll do this throughout the whole haircut. I'll just go back over it and make sure that I feel that it's a finished product and ready to walk out the door, collect that payment. I already lined up around his ear, but I felt like it needed a little bit more love, because I like to line up around the ear and everything before I really start my tapers. So, and then I'll go back over it and do a final copy. That's the way I like to work. Maybe I'm making extra passes, but I feel like that sets me apart. People really feel how I care about my work. All right, so boom. So I'm going to give this a rough dry here. I'm pretty sure this was like a rough dry in style. And then I'll go back over with some scissors. Yep. A little thin and shear work on the top to, go back, check my work, make sure everything's flowing right. And then we give them a quick shampoo in the style. So I left the shampoo out, I believe, but a little more clipper over comb action, guys. This is where the finesse comes in. I like to lay my people back because I feel like I can look at that box and just get a better view from the top. When I'm looking down at each corner, right here where it swoops or where you square it off, like I feel like I can look over the top. See how I look over the top? And I can see and make sure that it's even. All right, so boom, Pacino's matte, man, I love this stuff. Smells fire, works great. We're gonna apply it starting in the back of the head, work it all the way through the hair, laying down that box, all the hair, and then I always blow dry it. Those of you who haven't tried Pacino's products, you can use my promo code J.STRIVES15 to save you some money on all your orders. Try their products. It's super fire. And this is going to be our final look here. Our final look, guys. A gentleman's taper. He is ready for vacation. I hope y'all found some value in this. Like, share, subscribe.